we started this topic calculation of interest on capital. We did question number 32. That was pretty easy. And then we also did question number 33. One important thing is that you must remember the journal entry for interest on capital. I've told you that we need to pass to in journal entry at two different point of time. Firstly, the first journal entry is passed at the time where interest is actually due. Okay, when interest is actually due, that time the journal entry will be interest on capital account debited to A's capital account and to B's capital account. And similarly, when it is transferred to the P&L appropriation, then also we need to pass the journal entry that will be profit and loss appropriation account to interest on capital account. So I hope all these entries are clear to you. Considering that, we will continue with question number 34. Okay, so this is the question, guys. Question 34. From the following balance sheet of long and short, calculate interest on capital 8 at the rate 8% per annum for the year ended 31st of March 2021. Balance sheet is given this time. Long's capital account, short's capital account is there. General reserve is 1 lakh, fixed asset, other assets is 60,000. During the year, long withdrew 40,000, short have withdrawn 50,000. Profit is given 1,50,000, and it is saying that question is saying that out of 1,50,000, 1 lakh was transferred to the general reserve. Okay, so the value that get transferred to the general reserve, is not divided among the partners by way of profit. Okay, so any amount exceeding the amount that is already allocated or transferred to the general reserve, the remaining amount is actually credited among the partners by way of profit. The amount which is transferred to the general reserve does not get allocated among the partners. Okay, so let's continue with question number 34. So first of all, guys, in order to find out the interest on capital, in order to calculate interest on capital at 8%, firstly, we will have to find out the opening capital balances of the partner, right? Since the balance sheet is given in this question, and balance sheet is saying that long's capital account is 1,20,000, short's capital account is 1,40,000. That means long and short, the capital balances of long and short is given to you, right? Capital balances of the long and short is given to you. But these balances are not the opening balances. And as I already told you that whenever we need to find out the interest on capital, we need to have the opening capital balances of the partner. In this question, we don't have the information regarding the opening capital balances. Only the closing capital balance are given. So how are you so sure that these are the closing capital balances? See, I'm sure because this is the balance sheet as on 31st of March. That means balance sheet contains the value of all the things at the last working day of the financial year. So the everything that is shown in the balance sheet is the closing balance of the fixed asset, closing balance of the other asset, closing balance of the general reserve, closing balance of the longs and short capital account. So these are the closing capital balances and not the opening capital balance. Why? Because these are under the balance sheet. Now, in order to find out the interest on capital, we have to find out the opening capital balances, and for that purpose, we will have to make the statement of opening capital balance. So just a minute, let me show you how that is. So we'll write down statement showing opening capital balance for the partner. So in order to find out the opening capital balance of the partner, we will prepare this format. Since there are, how many partners are there? Only two partners are there, long and short. So we will be making two columns, long and short. All right. Write down the first term, the closing balance of the partner. closing balances of the partner. Then we will add the amount of drawings in it, and then the profit will be subtracted out of it. I'm sure all of you remember this formula, na? In order to find out the opening capital balance, what do we require to do? We will first of all add the amount of drawing and subtract the amount of profit out of the closing capital balance. So that is what I'm doing. Opening capital balance will be calculated. Now tell me the closing capital of the partners. 1,20,000 and 1,40,000 was the opening capital balance. 120 and 1,40,000. All right, is this clear, everyone? Renaud, Shalima, and Aman.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now tell me the their amount of drawings were. Their amount of drawing were 40,000 and
50,000 and 40,000.
Correct, 40 and 50. So we will be adding 40,000 and 50,000. All right. Then subtracting the profit. And could any one of you tell me how much the profit will be deducted out of the closing capital? Is it 1,50,000, 1 lakh, or only 50,000?
50,000.
Correct, that is right. See, the total profit generated by the firm was 1,50,000, undoubtedly. But the thing is that out of 1,50,000, we have made a reserve of 1 lakh. That means only 50,000 must have been divided among the partners. So therefore, we will have to subtract 50,000 out of the closing capital to find out the opening balance. So 50,000 will be subtracted. But this 50,000 must have been divided among the partners in the profit sharing ratio. And profit sharing ratio is missing in this question, right? Profit sharing ratio is not given in the question. So could any one of you tell me in what ratio this 50,000 will be divided among the partners? If profit sharing ratio is not
Equally.
given, correct, Halima, very good. So this 50,000 will be divided among the partners equally. So 25,000.
That
Yes.
long drawing is 50,000 and short drawing is 40,000.
Okay, long spot was 40,000. During the year, longs will due 40,000, na? So that is what I have written, and short will due 50,000. See, longs drawing was 40,000, short drawing is 50,000. Did I made any mistake?
Oh, sorry, I think I had it.
Okay. So now profit will be deducted. This profit will be divided among the partner, 25,000 each, since they are equal partners, 25,000 and 25,000. Renosh, is this clear to you also?
So how 25,000, 25,000?
How did I find 50,000? That is what you are asking.
So 25,000.
How did I manage to find out 25,000? See, okay. See, total amount of profit was how much? 1,50,000, right? Out of
Yes.
1,50,000, 1 lakh was transferred to the reserve. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So how much profit must have been divided among the partners? So 50,000 must
50,000.
have been divided among the partners. Now, could you please tell me in what ratio profit must have been divided? So see, the ratio of profit sharing is not given in the question, right? In the question 34, there is nowhere in the question it is written that in what ratio the partners are sharing the profits. That means if nothing is mentioned in the question, we simply presume that partners are equal partners. That means this profit must get divided among the partners equally. So 50,000 out of 50,000, 25,000 will be transferred to longs account and 25,000 must have been transferred to shorts account. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So therefore, I'm subtracting 25,000 from longs capital account and short as well, 25,000. Now we will find out the
one doubt. Why you put minus 25,000?
Why did I put minus sign? Because we need to see in order to find out the opening capital balance, what is the formula for finding out the opening capital balance? Closing capital plus drawing minus profit. So we have to add 40,000 and 50,000. We have to subtract 25,000 and 25,000. Therefore, I have used the sign negative in the profit segment.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So 1,20,000 plus 40,000, it will be how much? 1,60,000. Subtracting 125, we will get 1,35,000. This will be the opening capital balance for long, and for short as well. 1,40,000 plus 50,000, it will be 190. Subtracting 125 out of 190, it will be 1,65,000, I guess. 1,65,000. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So these are the opening capital balances of the partner. Now, since we got the opening capital balance of the partner, I'm sure that all of you are able to find out the interest on capital. So interest on capital for partners for long and for short. So the rate of interest was 8%. So we will be calculating 8% of 1,35,000 and 8% of 1,65,000 of 1,65,000. So 8% of 1,35,000 will be how much? 135 into 8%. This will be 10,800. 10,800, and 8% of 1,65,000 will be 1,65,000 into 8%. It will be 13,200. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Renosh and Halima, is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please note it down quickly. This is the solution.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah, please note this down. Do it quickly, please. Quickly note it down. Let me know when you are done. We need to pass the general entries as well. Done. Aman, Halima, Renosh.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Done.
Yes,
Done.
sir.
All right. Okay, guys. So moving to the next slide. This is the general entry of this question. See, as I told you, first of all, let me show you how it is done. See, I have already told you that we need to pass two general entries. First general entry will be considering that the interest is due. So when interest get due, the general entry is interest on capital account debited to partners capital account. So partners are in this question, partners were long and short. So we'll write down long's capital account. Long's capital account will be credited to short's capital account will also be credited. Long's capital account will be credited by 10,800. 10,800 and short's capital account will be credited by 13,200. 13,200. That means interest on capital account will be debited by 10,000, 3,020, 24,000. 24,000 will be debited to interest on capital account. I have just added these value and written and wrote 24,000 here. All right, then we will have to pass the general entry considering that it is getting transferred to the P&L appropriation. So general entry for that will be P&L appropriation account debit $24,000 to interest on capital account 24,000. This is it. This will be the general entry.
Sir, can you show the note which you did write notebook? Can you show that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See this. You're
Done, sir.
writing it. Ranosh, you are writing it.
Yes, sir. Yes, I was writing it, sir.
So this is the same. Everything is same on the slide as well. I've done the same thing on the PowerPoint as well. So you can write from here also. This in fact is the better explanation. First entry we are doing for when the interest is due. So for that purpose we generalize it as the interest on capital account debit to long's capital account and short's capital account 10,800, 13,200 equals to 24,000. And interest which will be transferred to the P&L appropriation, the general entry will be profit and loss appropriation account debit to interest on capital account. Is this clear? You still want to show the notebook? Then tell me, I'll show you the notebook.
No problem, sir. This is clear, sir.
This is clear. Quickly note it down so that we can move to the next question.
Done, sir.
Done, okay. All right, everyone. So I'm moving to the next question, question 35. This is very interesting. Question 35 is saying that again, this time we have the balance sheet. Okay. And in the balance sheet, we have the so Neelkaant's capital account is there, Mahadev's capital account is there. The Neelkaant's current account is also there, and Mahadev's current account is also there. Profit and loss appropriation is 8 lakh. Sundry asset is 30 lakhs. During the year, Mahadev drawings were 30,000. Profit made during the year is 10 lakh. Calculate interest on capital at the rate 5% per annum. Okay. So see, we have, as you can see in the balance sheet, We have two types of balance of Nilkant and Mahadev. Is this clear, all of you? Two types of capital balances. One is the capital account balance, and then there is the current account balance. Is this clear, guys? We have the uh, closing capital balance of the current account of Nilkant and Mahadev, and capital balance, closing capital balance as per the capital account for Nilkant and Mahadev. That means this partnership firm must have been maintaining the capital account of the partners as per which method? Fixed capital account method or fluctuating capital account method? Tell me, guys. If you are seeing in the PowerPoint that we, sorry, in the balance sheet, we have two types of capital account balances for Nilkant and Mahadev. One is the current account balance, and then we have the capital account balance as well. So could you please tell me which type of capital account this firm must have been maintaining for the partners? Fixed capital account or the fluctuating capital account? Aman, any idea?
Fixed capital.
And Halima, do you have any idea which kind of account this firm must have been maintaining?
So fixed capital.
Correct, fixed capital. Why fixed capital? Because only in the fixed capital account, we have two types of capital balances, capital account and current account balance separately. Whenever there is current account balance given in the question, you can easily identify that this firm must have been maintaining the capital account of the partners as per the fixed capital method. All right. And now listen to me very carefully. Whenever you have two types of capital balances that are given in the question, current account and the capital account balance, then you will always calculate interest on capital on the capital account balance. We will be calculating interest on the capital account of the balance, capital account of the partner, capital account balance of the partner, ignoring the current account balances of the partner. Current account balance of the partner is not relevant for us. Is this clear? Am I clear? Yes or no? Whenever in the question you are provided with the current account and the capital account balance, we will always calculate interest on capital on which account? On the capital account instead of the current account. We won't be calculating interest on the current account balance. Am I clear? Aman, Halima?
Clear.
Okay.
Clear. Now also remember, whenever whenever the capital account and the current account balances are given, we will always presume that the closing capital balance of the partner and the opening capital balance of the partner must remain same. Tell me in the question, in the balance sheet, tell me whether in this balance sheet the closing capital balance is given or the opening capital balance is given. In the balance sheet, closing capital balance of the Nilkant and Mahadev is given. This is the closing capital or the opening capital. Tell me. Aman, Halima.
Closing capital.
Closing cap. Whenever balances are given in the balance sheet, that means this is the closing balance. Listen to me very carefully. Whenever there are two types of account, current account and capital account, we need to find out interest on capital account balance. And whatever the closing capital will be given in the question, opening capital will also be the same. Opening capital will also be the same. That means we don't have to find out the opening capital this time. Am I clear? Earlier, see, in the previous question, let me show you. Just a minute. See, in this question, we were finding we had to find out the opening capital balance of the partner, right? We were finding the opening capital balance of the partner because the closing capital was there and there is no information regarding the current account balance of the partner. So if there is no current account given in the question, you will have to find out the opening balance of the partner. But if in the balance sheet current account and the capital account balance both are given, we will be calculating interest on which account, which capital balance? We will be calculating interest on the capital account balance of the partner. Number one. Number two, the opening capital balance and the closing capital balance both will be considered same. We don't have to find out the opening capital balance this time. Is this clear, Halima and Aman and Renosh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, that means this question is extremely easy. This question is very easy. Why? Because we are not required to find out the opening capital. Therefore, we are not required. The drawing information of drawing is of no use for us. Information of profit is also of no use for us. If instead of the current account balance, only the capital account balance was given in the question, then in order to find out the opening capital balance, we would have to add the amount of drawing. We would have to add the amount of the profit as well. But since in this question, capital account balance and the current account balance both are given, so we will consider the capital account balance as the opening balance itself. So capital account balance is the opening balance of the partner. Then we can directly find out the interest on this amount, 10 lakh. Interest will be calculated on this balance. 5% of 10 lakh, 5% of 10 lakh. That's it. This is what we will have to do in this question. So see, in the next slide, we have the solution of this question 35. See, here you can see I have calculated interest on capital. For Neelkant, interest on capital will be 5% on 10 lakh. And for Mahadev also 5% of 10 lakh. That's it. Sir, why we are not finding out the opening capital balances of the partner? Because whenever we have current account and capital account balances are given in the question, we consider the closing capital of the partner as the opening capital itself. So therefore, we are not required to find out the opening capital of the partner. Is that clear, Halima, Aman, and Ranosh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ranosh, is this
Yes.
clear or not?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So this is the question. Just note the solution. This is it. We are not doing anything else in this question. This
Only
is the
this much is
only
the solution.
sorry.
Only the solution is this much, right?
Yeah, this
Not
much will be
more.
the solution, because see, earlier we used to see in the previous questions what we were doing, we were preparing the partner's capital account. Sorry, just we were preparing the statement of opening capital balances, right? But in this question, we are not required to prepare the opening capital balance, opening capital statement of opening capital balance, because what I'm saying is that whenever you have the information regarding the current account and the capital account in the balance sheet, you will consider the balance sheet. Sorry, you will consider the capital balance of the partner as the opening and closing will remain same. You will consider that the opening capital balance and the closing capital of the partner will remain same. So since in this question closing capital balance are given, we will simply presume that the opening capital balance will also remain same. Therefore, we don't have to prepare separate statement for the calculation of the opening balances. We can simply assume that the opening capital balances of the partner will also be 10 lakh, and we can directly calculate 5% of that capital. That will be 50,000 each. Am I clear, guys?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Please,
sir.
please note this down. Okay. Done, guys. Now pass the general entry for this question. You will have to pass the general entries as well. So the general entry will remain same, obviously. We'll first of all write down interest on capital account debit to partners capital account. That means interest on capital account debit to Neelkanth's capital account and Mahadev's capital account. And then for transferring the interest and capital to the P&L appropriation, the general entry will be P&L appropriation account debit to interest on capital account. Am I
Sir,
clear,
can you
guys?
repeat, sir? So can you repeat interest on
Yeah,
capital account?
this will be the general entry. General entry will be same na? In every question. We are doing the same general entries. Interest on capital account is we are debiting every time, and we are crediting partners capital account. So interest on capital account debit to partners. This time name of the partners were Neelkanth and Mahadev. So Neelkanth and Mahadev's account will be credited. And in the second entry, we will be transferring the interest in the P&L appropriation. Therefore, P&L appropriation account debit to interest on capital account. Quickly note this down.
So profit and loss is 1 lakh, right? Profit and loss appropriation.
Yeah, 1 lakh. Done, Aman Halima.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is this was all about the interest on capital, the calculation of interest on capital. We have dedicated 2 sessions completely on the interest on capital itself. So I hope all of you are able to understand how do we calculate interest on capital. So this is it what we need to discuss in this section of the topic. Now we will be starting a separate topic in this particular chapter only. So now we will talk about the guarantee of the profit to the partners. So put this heading on your notebooks, everyone, sorry. Guarantee of profit to partners. This is the topic that we are going to start in this class. Guarantee of profit. Okay. So guys, just there's one problem actually. Just Halima, Renosh, and Aman, is it possible, guys, that we continue this topic in tomorrow's class? Because I have the other class at 10 o'clock. I have only 5 minutes remaining in this session. So I don't think we will be able to complete understand anything regarding the guarantee of profit in this 5 minutes. So would it be possible that we continue from this topic onwards in the next class?
Okay, sir, no problem, sir.
Aman, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
I'm actually I joined this session late and I have the next class at 10 o'clock. So the student will be waiting. So I'll have to end this session, continue with the other session. So I'm sorry, guys. We'll continue from this point onwards in the next class. Okay. So
Okay,
this is
sir.
it for
Okay,
today's
sir.
session. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care.
Thank you, sir.
Just a minute. All right. Oh, okay. All of you can leave now.